morning. You join me today from a car park in Peaslake, which is in the Surrey Hills. It's a gorgeous area, only about half an hour from me, yet I've never really explored it much. We're doing a 7-mile circular walk. It takes in some of the biggest hills in the area, which isn't massive compared to if you get up north in England or Scotland, but for around here it's pretty good. Although I must confess, although the scenery looks stunning here, my main motivation was actually that there is a lovely little village shop in Peaslake that does extremely lovely cheese straws that I had last time. So yeah, my main motivation here is actually just to get a cheese straw. So fingers crossed there's actually some left, because I think it's going to be very popular today. But if it doesn't work out, I guess I've just enjoyed a gorgeous walk instead.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live.
We just got to the top of Pitch Hill, although it didn't really feel like much of a hill. It was just a very short, steep climb for literally about a minute. Then we're here, and then there's just lovely sweeping views over the Surrey Hills. And I just keep seeing this kestrel hunting overhead. The easiest way to tell a kestrel is they have, unless you can see it up close of course, because often when they're in the skies it's just a black silhouette. So you're looking for quite an arrow-shaped body. They're quite small, similar to a sparrowhawk kind of size. And the most characteristic thing about them is their hunting behaviour. So you'll see them just hovering in midair, and then they'll suddenly dive down, and that's what they're doing hunting. And I've just been watching this one do that for a while. It's absolutely beautiful. Absolute best time. Spring is hands down my favourite part of the year. I just feel so uplifted. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say. It's just gorgeous. I feel so happy. Lunch, and that was at a place called Holmbury Hill. So it's another trig point and hill, again beautiful sweeping views. And I had a first for the first time in my life. Can't believe I got to the age of 23, nearly 24, without having crisps in my sandwich. Why has no one made me do this before? I don't know. Another first, but this time my first of the year, is that I am wearing shorts. I've changed out my leggings into shorts, can you believe it? It's that warm. It's so nice to feel the air on my legs again. They are horrifically pale. I feel like they're just bouncing back light at the moment, but it doesn't matter, does it? It's just lovely to actually not have so many layers between you and the world. We spent the rest of the walk exploring vast tracts of forested heathland. I've always thought that heathlands looks like one of the wildest landscapes there is. It must be something about its barren image, but it is in fact one of our landscapes that's been most influenced by humans. Most heathlands are thought to date back to the Bronze Age, some 3,000 years ago, when our ancestors began to clear trees on infertile soils, probably to entice gains into clearings to make hunting easier, and later to grave livestock. But it left unmanaged and not grazed or burned to keep soil nutrients and vegetation levels low. Woodland will begin to encroach and the heathland will soon be lost. This is what's happening in areas of the Surrey Hills, with heathland species still on the ground, but trees moving in on all sides and throwing their shade upon the ground. Birch is often one of the first trees to move in, as it's a hardier tree that can cope with the harsher heathland conditions of low nutrients, higher soil acidity and higher wind exposure. I can see it popping up everywhere, with its characteristic shimmering silver bark and spindly purple branches. It's these same characteristic heathland conditions that mean there is much lower plant diversity compared to other habitats here. It's dominated by plants like heather, which is a gorgeous purple explosion when it's flowering, bilberry and gorse, with its brilliant bright yellow and sharp needles that protect it from grazers. As I walked around, the yellow fluttering of a brimstone butterfly caught my eye, one of the first butterflies you'll see out and about each year, and I lost track of the number of buzzards enjoying the warm thermals above, soaring higher than normal in the midday sun, and kestrels dotted against a perfect blue sky. It seems that when the sun comes out, so does all the life below. Back at the car now, and wow, it was so beautiful. It was such a beautiful walk that I actually completely forgot that we wanted to go and get a cheese straw. Of course, I did remember when we got to Peaslake, such a gorgeous village. We went in a little village shop, the people that work there are lovely, and we've got ourselves a cheese straw, so don't worry. We're almost like I don't know, it sounds over-exaggerative, but like I'm bubbling with joy. Just sun and spring, it just alters my mood so much. I feel a bit like a daffodil, you know, my head droops down when the weather's grey, and as soon as it comes up, I just feel vibrant and full of energy. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this walk and that you felt some of that lovely spring energy, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Thank you. I just love the smell of horse. It smells like coconuts. So fresh.